welcome to Blue Jays Today, where today we have the Toronto Blue Jays versus the New York Yankees in a little bit, in about 1 hour. But before then, we have our little pregame show. We're going to talk about everything that's been going on in the MLB because there's some drama. And of course, we've got to talk about the huge game tonight between the Blue Jays and the Yankees and everything in between. So I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And yeah, guys, we are now absolutely in playoff baseball land. Like, I know not officially, but pretty much, you know,
it's
like
here.
Based on where we are in the standings, maybe this isn't a playoff game for the New York Yankees, but it sure as hell is for the Toronto Blue Jays, because everyone from here on out is a must-win, especially when you're dealing with people in the AL East, such as the New York Yankees. And every game that you win against them, like, I know that we're fighting for first wild card. Well, we're fighting for a wild card right now. Yeah. But, you know, it's like, if the Yankees continue to struggle, every game that we win on them is one entire game of swing that, you know, we could potentially have if we do make a play for that Division W, which still very far away, but, you know, possible if they're bad. So.
Very far away still, but to look at where we were about 2 months ago in terms of the AL East first place pennant, like, we are much closer than we were 2 months ago. I think like 2 months ago we were like 16, 15 games back.
Right.
Now we're 9 games back. And it's all because of the losing spell that the Yankees have been on. But what would get us even closer is by taking at least 2 more W's in this series. Because if we drop 2 wins and get 1, we're basically exactly where we were.
100%.
So we got to take 2 to get a little closer. Now, is that something still that's not really on your radar right now?
What, going 3 and...
Well, going for the first place.
Yeah, no. That's definitely not on the radar. Like, absolutely, that's something that I would love to see. But I mean, you said it right there, right? About 2 months ago, we were 16 games back. Now we're 9 games back. If we just do the math, like, the Yankees have sucked.
Yeah.
We just don't have enough time. You know what I mean? Like, if we just did that math and put it into the rest of the season.
Right.
So I'm happy with it.
I do think if they play the way they've been playing, and then we play a little bit better, then yes,
I
you would
understand
make
that.
it.
I get that. But, you know, I also find it very hard to believe that, you know, Aaron Judge and all of these guys and all that pitching staff that they have is going to go 12 or lose 12 out of 15 games for the remainder of the season. You know, like, this feels like a bit of an anomaly. They're just having a really bad August, which I'm totally happy about. Like, please continue to do that. I'm not going to get my hopes up, though. For me, it's very much about we just got to deal with the Rays. We have to deal with the Orioles.
Yeah.
We have to deal with the Mariners.
Who's the best team in the AL East in the last, I think, since May 17th.
Yeah, I mean, you could make arguments that, you know, they're right there as far as, you know, just as elite.
Competing.
You know, it's like, I don't know if I want to play them in the postseason.
Dude,
like, I have no idea.
It's wild. We started off this year with 4 teams being us, Yankees, Rays, Red Sox being the huge contenders. Red Sox gone, Orioles right back in.
Yeah,
they're basically the Red Sox.
They took over, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I'll be honest, I did not expect that even in the slightest. Like,
No.
I thought Red Sox were in for a good year. Not at all. Orioles totally wowed everybody, you know. Have they already done... I'd be interested to know, guys. Somebody comment down below if you are a betting individual, which we will get to the sponsor in a second.
Yeah.
But somebody comment down below. Do you know what the Orioles over-under line was preseason?
God.
And they have to be very close to getting it.
I think we made a video on it right before the season began. I'd be interested to go back and look at that.
I'd imagine that they're pretty damn close, like right around now, actually, because I think it was in and around that, you know, 64 sort of W sort of thing. Like, so they're probably right. 1,000% they're going to beat it. You know, it's possible they've already beat it, depending on how low it was, but that's absolutely crazy, which also brings me to the next point. Shout out to Betstamp, the sponsor of this video, everybody. If you want to support the channel, then you would be doing us an absolute fucking wondrous thing if you hop on to use the code TODAYJAYS on Betstamp. If you use that code, then it's completely free. You type it in, beep, 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 TODAYJAYS. It's totally free to make an account, and what it does is it will tell you all of the lines from every single big betting website, and it'll give you the best one. So if you want to bet on a Toronto Blue Jays W today, then it'll tell you get the best odds at CoolBet or at Bet365 or wherever the best odds happen to be that evening. So I promise you, it is freaking awesome and completely free to use using the code TODAYJAYS. It'll take you 30 seconds to sign up, and it means a lot to the boys. So.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So please, link is in the description. Help us out, guys. All right, shall we get to a little bit of a pre-game show with these guys? Take a look at the lineups. Take a look at how some of these guys have been doing.
Yeah.
Because here we go. We got a Yankee fan here, Set HM16, saying Jameson's good. I was under the impression that Jameson has been kind of roughed up recently, but I could be wrong. So that's why we got to do a little bit of digging.
I know that he's like decent on the year. You know, he's like their Steven Matz of you know their team this year, which is good pitcher for sure. But yeah, if we want to take a look at like what he's done as of late, maybe the last month and a half or something like that, like that'd definitely be very good.
Yeah.
Also, too, everybody, I don't know if there were some questions in here before. If there were, then I apologize. But this is the Q&A, so hit us with some questions. Doesn't even need to be about this series. Doesn't even need to be about fucking baseball. It could be whatever the hell you want it to make it about. So just hit us with the questions in the chat, and we're happy to answer anything that you guys ask.
Absolutely. All right, so why don't we start off first, because it's in the title. We got Gausman versus Taillon. So why don't we take a look at the two starting pitchers in this game today here, folks. Let me just do a little switchy sweet. We are good. All right, Kevin Gausman as of late, he's got a 3.16 overall in the whole season ERA. But like as of late, it feels like the last few months it's been like really good or really not good for Kevin Gausman.
I don't. Okay, you know what? He has to be doing a little bit worse than he was off the top. Because I remember for a while there, it was like 2.5 ERA or something like that. Like he was competing with Alek Manoah for a little bit. So he definitely has to be doing worse in the second half than the first half. But you know what's a very positive thing for me to note? Yeah. Depending on what these numbers actually tell us.
Last 28 days, got a 4.13 ERA, the whip of 1.2.
Okay.
And Kevin Gausman's never got run support either, too.
Yeah, so but I mean, 4.13 is, getting to the area where I don't love to necessarily see. But what I will say about Gausman is last year, the first half and the second half, extremely drastic. It looks like that's happening again this year a bit, but not to the same extent as it was. Because that was something I was very, very concerned about having him come onto this team. It was a fucking drastic thing, and this is definitely getting to be a little bit of a concern.
Yeah.
But I'm not overtly worried just yet.
It's interesting. The ERA is lower in the first half and higher in the second half, but it's totally reversed for the whip. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. You probably have to look into Savant a little bit deeper. Granted, smaller sample size, bigger sample size.
For sure.
But another stat that I saw that was really interesting today, and this means nothing because we've been saying this for Jose Barrios a lot, and we've seen him get blown up at the Rogers Center recently, but his home and away splits are very drastic. He is much better away from the Rogers Center than he is at home. 4.63 ERA at home and a 1.83 ERA away. Anything to note from there?
I don't think. I'll be honest, guys.
I think it's all kind of meh.
I think it's all kind of bullshit. I enjoy some of the cherry-picked stats about like this guy does better in this month when the year of the Tiger is in, and like he just had a big turkey sandwich for lunch that day. I think that's all really well and good. Hell, I mean like the Kyler Murray like does better when Call of Duty is non double XP weekends or whatever. Like, I think it's hilarious, But at the end of the day, like correlation doesn't always mean causation. So I don't really factor too much into that. I'd still pitch him in a home playoff game and feel confident about it.
Yeah. Well, guys, recently he's been kind of okay for Kevin Gausman standards, but let's take a look at Jameson Taillon now for the New York Yankees and see what he's been up to, because we got a few Yankee fans in here, and I will say, Slurpee, yes, we are streaming the game at 7 o'clock right after this video, so stay tuned for that. Link is on our channel to watch that one. And looks like the last 28 days, this guy's got a 4.28, but as of late, a little bit better. Right. Again, smaller sample size.
It looks like he's done about the same as Gausman has, like pretty much equivalent there. So, I mean, whip's a little bit better, ERA's a little bit higher, but it's all like roughly around the same sample size. So, you could argue that based on just, the last little month, very similar matchups here going as far as the pitchers go.
Yeah, I agree. So this should be a pretty even matchup in a batter's ballpark in Yankee Stadium. Let's take a look at the lineup now. Interesting to note for the Toronto Blue Jays, there is no George Springer. He is unfortunately down with a knee injury. Whoops, what happened here? Oh, I guess it refreshed. But yeah, no George Springer tonight. Not the elbow, it's the knee now. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, that definitely sucks after he hit, 5 hits yesterday, going 5 for 5 and being absolutely a dominant
I know,
force,
he was perfect yesterday.
Yeah, it was literally, perfect. I think that was, his third 5-hit game of his career that he had.
Wow.
So it's, very, very good for George Springer. First time ever in a Blue Jays uniform, so that sucks. Would have liked him to continue going, but... I mean, whatever. The knee's the knee. I think that he showed yesterday what he can do when he's feeling good.
Yeah.
If he even was feeling good then, I don't even know, right? Maybe the knee was bothering them. Whatever, dude. You do your thing. I'm happy that you kicked ass yesterday. You basically got a series worth of hits yesterday, so I guess you're entitled to a day off.
Yeah, I mean, 13 hits, he was 5 of them, and I think he scored, I forget how many runs he scored, but he was in a lot of those runs. A lot of times he was reaching home plate.
He was going around the bases quite a bit, so, I mean, yeah, George Springer, you did what you had to do. You honestly earned a day off, dude, but would have been nice to see you. However, we got the Lord leading off today, which I am totally cool with. Guerrero batting second. He is back to being super duper hot this week. Kirk 3, T.O. 4, Bichette 5. Guess we're moving Bichette up a little bit now.
Yeah, I think that 7th spot was just a one-time thing.
All right. Matt Chapman 6, Merrifield 7, Biggio 8. First time that we've seen Biggio this week. So if I don't think there's any way that he's gonna get his ABs for the wheel. Sadly, they don't play him enough.
They're not. No.
Ridiculous. And Danny Jansen 9. So that's the lineup. I guess a bit of a B lineup for the Blue Jays, considering no Espinal, no Springer. But whatever, man. It is what it is, and I think we still, are good enough to W this.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the key for us today is we got to get Gausman run support, man. As of late, he's been not the best Kevin Gausman we've seen all season. And we're definitely going to need run support because we barely give him any. I think he has the lowest out of all of our starters in terms of run support. So, boys got to come up like they did yesterday. Maybe not with a 5-hit performance by one guy, but everyone's got to contribute in some way. Bottom part of the lineup's got to get going. Merrifield's back in there. Biggio's back in there. They got to get going. So, we got to hopefully get some action down there. That's the key to our victory today, folks.
Yeah, no, I do absolutely agree. At the end of the day, we win by scoring runs. So, let's get more of them.
Exactly.
Yankees, okay, you know what? Most of the time, I hate the graphics, guys, but I don't necessarily hate this one.
I like this part.
I do
like this part.
That part.
This part just feels weird to me. I don't know why. It just feels kind of floaty and unorganized for some reason.
See, for me, what I don't like about it is why are there arrows pointing?
Yeah, why are there arrows
to the
positions?
Shouldn't the arrow point to the name or something? It's like
why
it's
are
first
there arrows?
base. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why there are arrows.
Whereas
in the
we look
first
here,
place.
it's pretty simple. It's clean. We're in a contained box where everything's consistent. These are the positions. These are the names, and they even got a cool different kind of lettering and sizing and bolding.
I'll be honest, the arrows, now that I fuck around with Adobe Illustrator sometimes, that feels like we're just filling space.
It
feels like we were just we just want to put something here to put something here, so let's put a fuckload of arrows, but that looks dumb as shit.
And also the whole thing of they're centering all the text, and it's where this is all lined up perfectly, this is on the left side, and I hate these letters. These are the numbers, excuse me.
I don't actually hate the numbers.
They're not even the right color of the team.
I did hear that John Boy was pissed off about that.
They're not even. They're the Blue Jays blue. They're Blue Jays blue. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is their lineup, guys. DJ LeMahieu's leading off. Aaron Judge, obviously, we all know how good he's been this year. Anthony Rizzo's been amazing as well. Donaldson this week got a walk-off grand slam, so we know he can come on hot and cold in time to time.
That's what he is now as a player.
Literally. And then they traded for Andrew Benintendi, Torres, Kiner Falefa, Cabrera, and then Higashioka up against the Jays, who obviously kills us. So he's going to be catching Jameson Taillon for us, folks. And yes, it is going to be on Apple TV, folks, and we have Apple TV specifically for this game. So if you don't have Apple TV, please, come on and watch our stream. Mm-hmm. And it'll be a grand old time here, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're beatable. They're beatable, dude. We just got to
beatable.
Yeah, we can get to them, no problem, guys. So
get the offense going.
Let's get some score predicts going on in the chat, everybody. We'll come up with ours, I guess, before this stream is done, and also hit us with the questions as well. Yeah. In the meantime, while we're doing that, let's take a look at some breaking news that did just come out recently.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't seen this clip. Apparently, Adam has.
Oh, yeah.
I have not watched it yet. No, I did hear that Marcel Ozuna, basically, he got caught arrested for drinking and driving, a DUI. That sucks, dude. Don't drink and drive. Drink and drive, but don't drink and drive. Do those things very separately, you know? Yeah, so he decided to put those two things together, and you should not do that. It is very, very illegal and very, very dangerous, and he was caught. And also, let's not forget that Marcel Ozuna, he was already in the dog pound, guys, because it was only about a year ago that he got, there was a whole thing going on with the domestic abuse with his girlfriend, and he had to leave the league for a bit for that. So clearly he has not learned a lesson at all, even remotely, and here he is, drinking and driving.
Yeah, this is a body cam from the police officer who pulled him over, and I've already seen this, but hopefully if you guys haven't seen it, pay attention. And Jared Williams saying elevation, okay. Here we go.
How you doing, man? Huh? Sorry. You're good. I'm Officer Bull, North Cross Police. Yeah. I'm Ozuna from the grave. Sorry, my dog. It's all right. Hey, the reason I'm stopping you, you're speeding on this road, boss. Really? Yeah, you're going pretty fast. You know what the speed limit is? No, bro. 45. 45, man, yeah. You also failed to maintain your lane when I passed you. Really? Yeah, you're passing. Sorry, my man. I appreciate it. Hey. Whose vehicle is this? I'm mine. That's yours? Let me get
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's the video
wow.
here, guys.
Wow.
Okay, so first off, I want to break it down here a little bit. First of all, he puts his MLB ID card in front of his driver's license to somehow play off like, oh, I'm a really important person.
Yeah, I'm a really important person. Oh, dude.
Yeah, not a good look.
I mean, I'll be honest, that's the only card that he has at this point.
Literally, figuratively.
Like, you are full up, like, you know, completely in the bag, so
yeah.
I guess, like, you have to try to pull that out, but this is really disappointing, everybody. Clearly, he is totally intoxicated.
Yeah. Look at the officer, too. He flips it, wang, doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
And then the last point I like to make here is after he was told what he did wrong, he goes and dabs up the police officer. Trying to, like, oh, sorry, bro.
Yeah. Like as if the officer's going to be like, oh, I didn't realize you were chill like that.
Yeah, say TikTok, bro.
You know, it's just like, no, sorry, man. Like, that ain't how it's going to work here, dude. All right, well, that sucks. You're probably going to get arrested and have to pay a heavy fine and maybe even go to jail. So
how's he doing this year?
Not well enough to be you know, playing off fucking, you know, I'm an MLB player.
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh no, yeah. Maybe the officer was like, you know what, good. I know who you are. I'm taking you in. You gotta not play.
Yeah, dude. I'll be honest, man. Marcel Ozuna, that's really disappointing to me because you look back at this guy's career, he totally fumbled the freaking bag, dude.
He fucked up.
Jared Williams, we understand.
Right.
You love Asia,
We're gonna put,
I've been trying to put him in time. He's not.
Okay, if you do it one more time, Jared, this is your last warning. You're gonna get banned. Okay, no more.
Take a look at this, everybody. Like, this guy had figured it out. And then he decided to, one, abuse his partner, and now he's decided to drink and drive. And as we can see, the last 2 seasons dealing with abuse and drinking and driving have not gone very well for Marcel Ozuna.
No,
so
you can see the results of it right here, folks. That's very unfortunate that he decided to go down this path. And if I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to give you my prediction on what's going to happen to Marcel Ozuna, I think he's going to slowly fade away from here, folks.
I don't think there's
done.
I don't think there's really a career left for Marcel Ozuna at this point. You know, at the end of the day, like, you're just not playing well enough to also warrant all of these bad character flaws.
Yeah, no one's going to save you.
I don't think, like, you had one more chance.
Yeah.
Like, this was your one more chance after you did what you did. You're hitting like garbage. And now you're also getting hammered. And don't you play today? What happened?
What happened? Why is he getting hammered?
Why are you getting
on a Thursday
blackout on a Thursday
evening play Fridays?
When you definitely play, and then driving himself home? Because he got pulled over like 5:30 in the morning, guys.
Oh my God.
Like, this was not like, it's like midnight or some shit. Not that changes anything, but like, either way, guys, not the best there.
No, not good at all. All right, guys. Let's get you guys some questions in the chat here. What do we got going on here, guys? We're going to go live around like 7 o'clock. Let's go to about like 6:40. So, guys, Hit us with the questions. What do we got for score predicts? We got Yankees are going to win.
Yeah, we have a lot of Yankees are going to win, but nobody actually tossed in their score predictions.
All right, well, let's do ours. What is your score predictions tonight?
I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I kind of have a feeling that the Yankees are going to win. Even though, like, I don't want them to win. For some reason, I feel like they're going to. But I'm not going to predict that, obviously, because, I never do.
Screw that.
You know what? I honestly kind of fuck with what Joseph's saying there. 4-3 Jays.
Okay.
But, you know, like, I'll be honest. Like, I don't know what it is. There's some sort of gut. Like, I think we're favorited.
Yeah, we are.
And I think that...
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, I feel like we had one big game yesterday... And now all of Twitter and everyone's like, the Blue Jays are guaranteed to win.
Right.
And I just feel like we're jumping the gun a little bit on this one. So
Grant, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm trying to find something here to kind of back up what I'm going to say. But like the Yankees' offense has been so ass. Like they've been like unbelievably ass the last little bit. And I don't know if I can find it, but I was trying to find their like score. Oh, is this it? I don't know. I'll find it, guys. But like they last few weeks, it's just been like 2 runs, 1 run, no run, 2 runs, 1 run. It's like they can't get more than 4. Like it's.
I hear you, dude. I hear you. But I mean, about 3 days ago, we would have said the exact same thing about the Blue Jays. So any day, let's face it, any day they could break out and do it. You know.
Right. I think. Do I have it here? I've never been in this part of like baseball reference before.
Well, you can see how their season has gone because all the reds are we lost and all the greens are we won, you know? So it's like, haven't seen a lot of green as of late.
Yeah.
And they're all close, too.
Yeah, they did have that one big blow-up game, against the Rays, 8-7. That was their one where they scored a lot, but like 1 run, 0 runs, 0 runs, 3 runs, 2 runs, I think no runs, off day, 3 runs, 0 runs. Yeah, so hopefully we got to catch them, guys. We got to catch them while they're down, honestly.
We got a lot of score predictions now, guys. 7-4 Jays, 5-2 Jays, 5-3 Jays, 1,000-0 Jays. Yankees suck. That would be, you know what, I'll be honest, that's too much. I don't think, we got to go to America tomorrow.
We're literally going to New York tomorrow morning here,
The game
folks.
would still be on when we get there if that happened. 6-3 Jays, Yankees win 5-4. And then Red Bull Insider, no shit, 8-3. He's got the Yankees exploding.
Oh my goodness.
6-5. Wow. So a lot of everybody's very, very split on this, but you do feel the bias come through in the predictions, I think.
Yeah, of course. I don't think anyone is ever going to predict that their team is going to lose here on this channel. I'll say, I'll give the Yankees some credit. It's gonna be 6-4 Jays.
Okay,
that's 4.
That's
giving them
the
credit. Yeah, they're gonna put up some runs.
All right. Reasonable. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm feeling like the Yankees could pull this one out, but I'm gonna predict Jays nonetheless.
Oh, your eyes are looking pretty red, Nick's this Guitar Geek 420. Whoa, are you smoking the weed?
Maybe, yeah. Who knows? No, maybe I'm just exhausted though. Maybe that's what that is.
Yeah.
Jared Williams.
Okay, Jared, leave. Hello. Like we have to go to ours to like get rid of them. Boys going to the game in New York City. That's right, my friend. We're going to be on Sunday going to the 1:00 game, Jays versus Yankees. So if you guys are going to that game, let us know. Hit us up on our Instagram. Links in the description to follow us on Instagram. You can DM us. We'll be checking our DMs as we're going to the game. So obviously, if you're there, hit us up. And maybe we have all the time in the world. We're gonna get there super early because we're in New York. We're never in New York. So so that'd be dope.
Yeah. I like what Matt and Gocha said here. White tomorrow. That's been confirmed, right?
Yes. Because Kikuchi's coming. He went on the bullpen.
He came out of the bullpen yesterday.
Do you want to look at Kikuchi's line?
So I actually watched the entire inning.
Okay, yay!
Yeah, I watched it.
And what'd you think? Because I just looked at his line.
I'll be honest, I'm not convinced that, he's figured it out or anything like that, like, it literally started out 4-pitch walk. And
walking, dude?
Yeah, it started out 4-pitch walk, and then it was hit for single. So, it's just, it was looking like an exact Kikuchi thing. And then, he skirted around and, like, the guy ended up at third base and, like, he did get out of it, no runs or anything. But
two
like
strikeouts.
I get that. Yes, I do. I did get 2 strikeouts.
Super elite.
But let's not forget, like, it was, very close to being like a typical Kikuchi outing, and just completely blowing it. Like, they had the bullpen warming up for him, to have, in case they had to go some, we were up 9-2 by that point.
Yeah.
And they had the bullpen warming up for Kikuchi. So, like, it was fine. He got through 1 inning of no earned runs. When you look at that, you go, okay, great. But it wasn't pretty by any means, and I don't expect to see him in any high leverage situations anytime soon.
No, he's gonna be when we're up by a lot or we're down by a lot, folks. That's Yusei Kikuchi now, or $16 million getting paid this year to this man.
Yeah,
it's absolutely garbo, but that's the risk you take.
Yeah.
But everyone else though looked really good. Coming out of the pen, Bass came in for a third of an inning of relief. Romano came in. Now, what do you think about that? Romano coming in to the to a game where we were up by 7 runs.
I mean, I obviously don't necessarily love it, but it's just the way that it has to be sometimes, right? Like, that's just
we just gotta lock him down.
Well, it more had to do about he just hadn't pitched in a few days.
Oh, is that so?
That was just what that was. It was just like, honestly, if we could, we would have pitched Zach Pop, or we could have pitched somebody else. But it was just like we hadn't pitched Romano in since I forget when it was, like Saturday or Sunday or some shit.
Right.
And it was like he just had to do it. You didn't really want to have to do it because very possibly he could end up playing today, but I mean, you just had to get it done. So
no, that's very fair. And like, yeah, for the playing time thing, I like. And also sometimes, like, I do. Not saying this was a situation. I do like playing our dudes, even if we're up more than 3 runs. It's like, okay, we're gonna win now. That's what the playoffs are for. In the playoffs, if you're up by like 5 or 6. You're not playing fucking Pop or Kikuchi.
No.
You're playing Romano. You're playing Bass. You're playing Simber. You're playing all the dudes, right? So, absolutely. I'm also just going to throw this up in the background because it's getting close to game time, folks. Who's got Apple TV?
Jared Williams, apologies, man. I did just have to put you or hide you on the chat, dude. I hate having to do that, but, like, I don't know who the fuck Asia is. If it's the continent, then I also love it, but we don't... I just fucking did this. What the hell?
Jared, you're giving us work to do. I don't want to do that.
Jared,
right
for God's
now.
sakes, man. Yeah.
I want to talk about baseball. And Atlanta's saying, here's a question. Is George playing tonight? And no, he isn't. He's dealing with a new injury with his knee. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate.
I would love to see George when we go to New York and watch the game on Sunday. So that would be super awesome.
Absolutely. No, we definitely need to see George. I'm assuming it's going to be a one-day thing sort of situation, and hopefully that's what that is. We're getting to the point now, because we got like about, a few minutes left of this. Maybe we'll call a little bit early so we can get ready. I also need to eat some food prior to the thing. But we're getting to the point now where we need to start considering who we're going to bring back and who we're going to sign in free agency and everything like that. Who's on 1 years? Who's leaving this team? And who are we going to need to get back here? I know that Stripling's definitely a big name in contention right now.
Stripling's the one. Stripling's the one guy that is going to be leaving MSCI.
Yeah.
But let's see here. I'm flipping it over right now.
So Springer forever, Gausman forever, Kikuchi sadly forever, Chapman for another year, Berrios forever, Tio for another year, Guerrero forever, Lourdes for another year.
Garcia we have for another year for sure.
All right, Tapia?
What Tapia? Do we have Tapia? We have Slapia? Oh, we got him for another year.
Got Slapia for another year.
Man, Dis Ross and Mark are all you guys want, but like they've set our team up for a long time.
Guys just need to play better, basically.
They just need to play better.
Ross Stripling, we do know that he is going to be a free agent after this year. Merrifield, I do believe that we have after this as well. So Ross is going to be a free agent. That's something that maybe we got to look at. I know other teams are going to be interested in him. Merrifield we got for a while. Biggio we got forever. Danny Jansen. How many years does Danny Jansen have left?
He's got 3 or so, but Phelps is going to be leaving.
Phelps is gone. Phelps is gone. So that's another guy.
thing.
We do enjoy David Phelps. Now he's a bit older, but I do enjoy him. I like him. Danny you got for 2 more years after this season as well.
Yeah, long time with Danny. And then we've got
Simber. I feel like he's got another one.
1 more year, yeah.
One more season of Adam Simber. Cool, love that. Bass,
another
year.
Right, we did look at this. He does have an option.
Yep, and then he's got a club option right there, which we have to pick up, obviously. Richards, I just don't give a crap. I hope that you're done.
Please be gone.
Are you done?
It's loading. It's like, oh my god. Richards, so bad. Come on. Load. There we go.
No.
Oh.
All right, well, that's too bad.
I wanted him
That's
gone.
too bad. Bichette forever. Manoah forever. Espinal, I think, forever.
Yeah.
Kirk forever. Romano.
Ooh, actually, that's a good question. I think we have him for a couple more. couple more, if not 3 more. I think he's super young in terms of his
contract. Yeah, he's a bit older, but yeah.
3 more.
Wow. Okay, these relievers always get shafted, dude. Like they're gonna be free agents by the time they're 34 when no one wants them.
And then Pop forever, White forever. Bradley will be gone.
Bradley's gone. Okay, this is a much better. No, much better situation than we found ourselves in last year, right? Where it was like you had the Cy Young and you had a 45 home run guy dipping, and you also had a pretty solid rotational piece in Steven Matskilling as well. Amongst some other bullpen dudes. So this really is not a bad situation at all.
However, if you do think about it, we do have a good rotational piece with Ross Stripling leaving next year. So
that's the one.
That's the one. So I think the Blue Jays in the offseason are going to be out. If they're not going to get Ross Stripling back, if Mitch White wants to come in and fill in that Ross Stripling role where he starts out in the pen, comes in for injury, I think we're going to be on the hunt for another starting pitcher this offseason for sure.
Probably. Or just trying to re-sign Ross Stripling too.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to give him what he wants, though, because he's probably going to try to, get himself paid if, a bad ball club.
We can offer him a qualifying offer. I think that's definitely in the books.
You think that we'd offer Ross Stripling a qualifying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, think about the qualifying. It's probably going to be around $20 million, and this guy, honestly, average annual value for a guy like Ross Stripling could be like $16 million. So you're okay. You're paying up for the 4 years. And if he says you're paying up $4 more million for, like, let's say, 1 more year, but if he denies it, you get a draft pick, right? So it's like, okay, you win, you get Ross Stripling back. You can pay the $20 million, and if he says no, you get a draft pick. So we'll take it.
Maybe. I'm not as convinced that they're going to be willing to do that based on some of the people who did and did not get qualifying offers last year.
I'd consider it. We could talk about it more in the offseason, but I think that could be an option because it's a win-win. If he signs back, great. If he doesn't, great. Like we can replace him and we get a draft pick.
Yeah,
right?
No, I mean I think that it's fine for us. I don't know how much, if like it's also $21 million or something like that.
For like 1 year,
I know, but $21 million. Like if we're not the guys paying the $21 million, So.
Right, of course. But if you think about the $20 million, you have 16 in Kikuchi, but like Ross, you know what you're gonna get from Ross at this point.
I hope so.
You hope so. So we'll see. Jay should get Pablo Lopez. We always want Pablo Lopez, New Brunswick, Canada. Always. We're probably gonna make a video on that in the offseason. Probably. All right. Should we wrap this one up here, folks?
Yeah. We have to move this thing over and get prepared for the stream that we're going to be doing for the actual game. So, guys, come tune in roughly 27 minutes from now. We're going to be going live again, watching along as the Toronto Blue Jays deliver the slaps to the New York Yankees today, hoping for a good W to really get it to them and win in the Bronx. So stop in, tune in, watch with us. It should be a great game. The only way to actually watch it, if you did want to watch the game yourself as well, is on Apple TV. So that's a bit of a bitch. But if you want to watch our reactions, then come do so.
Yeah, and then, we have the scoreboard in the background with the game on it. So if you really do want to really squint your eyes and look at the background, it will be off our
You could do that too. Guys, thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go! Let's get it! Yes!